Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, Fend Unlock, blue team, Duds 71 as a commando knob, an infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style begins with a twin link shooter alongside AlphaLegion's force commander, a versatile frontline hero bringing offense, disruption and support for the Emperor, and we have some Black Templars elite scheme here. Rounding off the team, Alpha Centauri and an Inquisitor, an offensive hero with powerful control, begins in melee but can get specialized ranged weapons. And we have the, looks like Death Core of Krieg DLC recolored. On the red team, a whole bunch of Ordo Malleus have shown up to mete out some judgment. That Inquisitor and the Force Commander must have been quite naughty, and the Orks are just here for a laugh, I think. First up is Mangoid and a Daemonhunter, a spellcaster with a bolt gun. There he goes, spellcasting already. Powerful side with strong support and control. Alongside two brother captains, we have Palaz and we have Saint Galahad. These are melee heroes that walk through objects and cannot be suppressed, very durable with strong offense and support. Down goes the Force Commander. The hammer has been popped, a scout dies. Looks like the Strat Squad are not going to push in there because a bunch of Orks have shown up. Commando's being all sneaky. Can tie up the Stormtroopers or maybe chuck a stun bomb. Or maybe do both. Triple Stormtroopers here for Palaz. There's the stun bomb which is dodged. Shotgun scouts now in play. They can, there we go, shotgun blast the Strat Squad, but they didn't suppress them because they targeted the Daemonhunter, trying to get him off the cap, but it didn't work. So the Strat Squad were caught in the knockback, but they didn't get suppressed because they weren't targeted. Oh, we have Imperial brain mines immediately. Damage and cripple enemies caught in the blast radius. Are they doing damage over time? They are. Barely ever see these things. Kommando gets a quick revive on the Force Commander. Sluggers chasing off the Daemonhunter. Almost got him, actually. Sluggers have terrible sidearms. In fact, their sidearms are called Sluggers, I believe. That's where the name is derived from. They're like 1 DPS, literally. And they're dropping models now, all of a sudden. Stormtroopers doing some work. We have the Sergeant on these guys. Probably triple Sergeant, say, for Palaz. Most likely to get all those nice impact grenades. So blue team hold the mid for now. Meanwhile, up on the east side, we have St. Galahad pushing through. Just dropped some Stormtroopers, though, I think. A bunch of Stormtroopers just died there, look. Tactical Marines finished them off. Interceptors on the way now for St. Galahad. I think they were caught in retreat in melee combat, I believe. But now we have Palaz supporting this side. And the Holy Brazier for the Inquisitor. It's a power weapon, so makes sense against a heavy infantry army such as the Ordo Malleus. Well, they usually are. Not if you're Palaz, apparently. You get triple Stormtroopers, but it's a power weapon. And has some nice area denial with Holy Fire. These guys pushing up this northwestern side. Natural VP here for the blue team in the north. And natural for the red team in the west. That's central contested, of course. Resource lane in the southeast. Gonna see a lot of action trying to get onto those power points. Any sign of a flamer? Nope. Do see Purgation in, though, for Mangoid. And more Stormtroopers for Galahad. Looters up for Duds, but they're in a garrison, most likely this one here. Yep, with that big death gun. And a stabby Kommando now with the Assassin's Knife. Can his trip a shot to stun and knock something over, and also assassinate to stab something real good, such as one of these guys. There we go. And stab the Strat Squad with assassinate pretty good. Did a big chunk of damage to that guy. Now he's just fighting him and kills one. Stormtrooper trying to get shots in. Brain mines hitting the Orks. That messes with your mind, I guess. I'm not sure what the idea behind them is in the lore. An Imperial brain mine. Weird psycho stuff, innit? I mean, they like psychically charge their blades with force swords, right? So maybe they could psychically charge a mine. Why not? Brother Captain, well, two Brother Captain. One of them's gone now. This guy's in on the Sluggers, using the splash damage from We Are the Hammer to get some kills. Got a kill. Messed up the rest of them. And there's the Purgation for Mangoid with that Incinerator. Heavy Bolter's going to set up, though, shutting down a bunch of this stuff with suppression. There it is. Sentinel getting some repairs. Wire Banner being activated. The Frazzle bonus. And Luther's got into the garrison. Almost took out that Brother Captain. Can't suppress him, but it'll take huge amounts of damage that close to a death gun. More Purgation for Mangoid. Not tempted to get interceptors they spot in this thing. I guess not. Mangoid just dropped his stormtroopers. Grenade in on the Orks here. Looks like the shooter boys. Yeah, the shooter boys took all the hits and they died, and the looters got away. There's tons of impact grenades chucked in there. That was a banishment from these fellas and their Tomes of Titan. Have to run though. That heavy bolter's doing huge amounts of work, but the captain's going to try and get around it. Forces them to run. Rain mine's going off again. Inquisitor's here though. He can stun the brother captains with her Hammer of the Witches thing. Strat squad get a cheeky gap. Blue team's natural. They swapped to naturals, I guess. Kommando took the other one, but his Purgation have it back soon. Sentinel doing some good work, soaking up huge amounts of damage. And Tier 2 starting to come through. Tier 2 for Duds, Tier 2 for Centauri, Tier 2 for Palace, and Tier 2 for Saint Galahad. Force Commander's got a power sword. Not a weapon you see all that often. 50 power melee DPS. Slightly makes his battle cry better, but he's got such good Tier 2 melee weapons that he often just foregoes the power sword in a 3v3. If you think you're going to get a lot of team fights, that extra 5% can stack up, turn into a lot of extra damage. Assuming you can get those battle cries off, of course. They need to attack to get them to proc. Whole bunch of upgraded stormtroopers here. They can get plasma guns in Tier 2, which is quite handy. Might be able to shoot down the Sentinel with plasma guns. A couple of brother captains here. Shotgun blast. But the captain with Unending Purge. Healing on hit. And he gets more energy regen as well, which is handy. Because he can get quite energy intensive, that guy, with a bunch of abilities. Sentinel's done for, I think. Yep. Looked like he got a little bit stuck there on those Marines, maybe. Inquisitor fighting interceptors are doing a good job. I think the attacks were also shooting them, but they got down to a single model. Inquisitor gets away. These guys will power bash, and this can also be power bashed maybe. Meanwhile, north side, red team pushing through also. Onto the VP, maybe onto the power. Weird boys in play. Very good at dealing with groups of infantry. Which is what they're facing here, which you're often facing when you get into Tier 2, I guess. The warp head for the Foot of Gork is coming in, which can do outrageous amounts of damage. Here it is. Those guys fleeing, and they did dodge it. Nasty plasma cannon damage on that with knockback. Which is what he does on his basic attack as well, just knock back a whole bunch of stuff, including some friendly fire. Which you'll often see from a Weird Boy. Can they wipe those guys out? They can. Wiped out the Purgation. Or did they? Did he have triple Purgation, Mangoid? Or was I just seeing things? Maybe I was just seeing things and that wasn't the last model. It happens. Big old retreat, eh? Daemonhunter runs off as well. Took a smack from the Force Commando, who now has the Sacred Standard, so he's full-on damage buff mode. Got the Librarian, who will also buff on kill. And there's some battle rights healing going on from the brother captain. Vindicator Assassin on the field. Target acquired on the Librarian so they can track his movement. You get last 8 seconds or so. Maybe a bit longer. So here's the Mantle of Terror and battle rights on Palaz. And a Chimera is up to reinforce these guardsmen and stuff. Need some anti-vehicle now to deal with this. Starting to get plasma guns up, which will help a little bit against the Chimera, especially if they can get rear armor. And they get that Inquisitor down. Maybe. She has her Rosarius. Down she goes. Chimera's okay for now. This could be nasty though. Foot of Gork. Brunch. We Are the Hammer was up, but I wouldn't have saved them from lots of pain, so they had to retreat. Still took a bunch of damage. Commando's stabbing some stuff, but he's quite low on health. He's only level 1. So they're happy to tank him a bit and shoot him down there, it seems. So they're trying to. There he goes. He's off. He's off the field. Right, the captain pops the battle rights again. Does have a little cast time on it. Level 1 Force Command having a go. Nothing really close enough to be buffed by him, I think. Gets the brother captain out of there. Daemonhunters out of there. They might hold these guys. I think they're going to hold. I thought the red team were going to retake the mid there. We have a conversion beamer. Powerful anti-vehicle weapon. Wants to aim it at the Chimera. Comes back to defend the power now. 446 to 280. That was a smite from the Librarian, which is very similar to Banishment. I'm not sure. I don't think they have the exact same stats. I would assume Smite, being in Tier 2, would be more powerful than the Banishment. I think Banishment was nerfed a bit when it was first introduced. Ouch. Looters getting shot out the garrison pretty effectively there. 2-1 for the blue team, though. Duds could go Tier 3 pretty soon. Weird Boy runs. Interceptors applying some pressure, but there's a counter initiation from the Sluggers. Can they get a model? They cannot. Now it's Strike Squad to take up the fight. And they did well. Did really well. We had hammer buff was on them. Sluggers almost wiping, actually. They've got decent sidearms, though, Strike Squad. Hell Fury dropped in. Didn't do too much with battle rights active, I guess. That's a global ability of the Inquisitor to drop that fire in there. Quite handy. You have double the side cannons on the Purgation now. Anti-everything weapons that require setup to shot down the banner. Oh, and a Rhino with anti-vehicle las cannon turret. Ogryns on the field for Alpha Centauri. It feels like it's been a while since I've seen Ogryns come out Tier 2 do some work. They can rip apart the Rhino with their guns in melee. Rip apart basically anything in melee by smacking it really hard with their guns. The opponent leader's on there too. Not sure what this Inquisitor's up to. Drawing fire, I guess. Oh, she tried to get onto these Purgations so the Chimera can move up and support the Ogryns. They made it move. Might need to run though. Ogryns still giving chase. Chimera trying to catch up to them. They took out the Purgation and now they flee. Vindicator Assassin also flees. That might be a good target for them as well. Just run after the Vindicator. Because if he's moving, he can't shoot that powerful gun of his. Is it called his Exitus Rifle, I think? Kommando's on the way for Duds. Tier 3 for Palas, Tier 3 for Mangoid. Might see some Paladins dropped in soonish. Power's going to be bashed, maybe fully here actually. I think so. Can they get a big flank? Librarian's having a look. Eating a lot of plasma to his face, though it takes a while to get that force barrier out, but he'd get it. And they're trying to avoid the knockback, where he knocks himself down with his own force barrier. That's amazing. I think he'll be alright. Force Commander pops the battle cry, goes straight to the brother captain, and gets stunned. And the scouts wiped. And now the attacks run away. Not the best flank ever. Down goes the Force Commander. Although that's kind of a useful spot for his downed Sacred Standard buff. Which goes up to 35% when he's down. Pretty handy. Can they get the Stormtroopers? Hell Fury dropped in, gets the Stormtroopers. Ogren's now running through that fire though. Going to take out the brother captain who's now got his hammer, which is handy to stun those Ogryns if they become a problem later. So that was a good shout, I think. Daemonhunter on the natural VP. Got his fancy book, which calms him down. Thermo Tranquility, reducing his cooldowns and giving him more energy per second. We've got double commandos now for Duds. These guys can do a lot for you. They can disrupt, they can area deny with fire bombs, they can get anti-vehicle weaponry, not to mention just their general DPS is quite nice. And they can fast cap, but at the moment they're being shut down by the melee of the Strike Squad and slowed down by the Rift Tear of the Daemonhunter. Warp Vomit missed them. Now some support from the guard. The whole bunch of plasma jumped out the Chimera there. Double plasma on the guardsman. There's them 3 plasma guns, just over 8 DPS each, which is quite nice indeed. Already Ogryns, they're back at base. Tier 3 for Alpha Centauri, so we may see some Bullgryns coming in. And they decap, they're trying to. Kommando wishes he had stick bombs right now. Weird Boy's in the garrison, which is a bit weird. Is he shooting? He's getting shocked by the Vindicator, who will have perfect accuracy against him through that window. Okay, red team are going to take the mid, I think. There's the tier 3 Alpha Centauri, the last player to get there. But the captain runs with Holy Armor of Titan coming in. Did Palaz revive him? I guess so. Picking off in the mid. Good shot on those stormtroopers there. Kommando's kind of getting ripped up. Another good shot on those stormtroopers. Weird Boy doing work from the garrison, eh? Force Commander counter initiating on these interceptors. Down to 2 models now. They're going to be alright though. Blue team have their natural. Bunch of Orks sitting on it. Oh, they're moving now. You can see on the map that they're moving now. Ogrins getting suppressed by the overcharged plasma. That's really handy to have 3 of them as well. You can chain together. Speaking of plasma though, plasma cannon has got a really good hit. A smite chucked in there as well. They can reinforce off the Chimera. No, they can't. They can reinforce off the Rhino, sorry. Chimera's on the other side, indeed. Inquisitors here, level 4. Mixing it up. Good push by the blue team. Good counter push. They can get the mid back. Start setting up. There's a las cannon here. There's Chimera support. There's a bunch of Daka. The double commandos can firebomb stuff and love the Daka it. Love the Daka as their disruption ability. Here comes Land Raider Crusader though by Palaz. And Paladins may not be too far behind actually. What about St. Galahad? Yeah, not too far off getting his own Paladins in. So you could see 2 Paladins supported by a Land Raider Crusader pretty soon. Down goes the Force Commander. And down goes the Rhino. Las Cannon helping out. Interceptor's trying to intercept. So you can't knock these guys down though when they have that shield in tier 2. Weird Boy. Couldn't knock them down. They're in the middle of their teleport. In amongst these shooter boys. The shooter boys aren't doing a huge amount. I wonder if he's just going to let them die here. They were fully upgraded. Oh, he runs them off. He runs them off. He wants to save them. But the captain demolishing strike on the Ogrins and runs. And here is that big Land Raider Crusader. And another one coming for Mangoid. They need a whole bunch of anti-vehicle Nob Squad on the way. Land Raider Redeemer on the way. Alpha Centauri looks like he's saving up for a big super heavy tank, which will be fun. Just the good old Baneblade, I would think here. Once he sees the double Crusaders in a way. It is a Stormlord on the way. Okay, that's the more anti-infantry focused super heavy tank. And he can reinforce off it as well, which is nice. Doesn't give you any health regen though, I don't think. Warbanner back there. 2 of them actually been activated for the long-standing buff. Like a 30-second buff you get off it. It's not a big buff, but it's nice. Those guys sneaking through. They got double rocket launchers as well. Well, 1 each on the Nob Leaders. What are they going to go after? Big booms on the Purgation. They can open up on the other one now maybe, or chuck a firebomb. Brother Captain's on him. What's that Kommando not doing? Oh, an orbital in the back. Got some good hits. Got some good hits. I think he killed an Orc squad. Not sure which one. Psycannon doing their thing. These guys have rotated to the north, southeast, sorry, but now they get intercepted and have to run. Level 3 Brother Captain, level 4 Brother Captain. Nob squad on the field, getting their Nob Leader immediately. These days they start with power melee choppers, but they can get heavy melee U-jammers still to crack apart anything. There we go. U-jammers on the way so they can run down the Crusaders maybe. Not going to be easy. There's 2 of them to suppress you and stuff. Supported by a Land Raider Redeemer. They can retreat back to this, which will be huge for them. Really good for the Ogrins as well. And there's that Stormlord. The Vulcan Mega Bolter on the front. Some las cannons, some heavy bolters. Will tear apart heavy infantry because of lots of inferno damage. Some Terminators. Surprised not to see Assault Terminators actually, because you know there's... There we go. Terminators are up. You know you're going to see at least 1 Terminator or Paladin, or maybe several of each. The Interceptors now have their fancy guns. Elf Squad isn't happy about this, popping their frenzy, ignoring that suppression because of the frenzy. Makes them teleport again. Still chasing him. 297 to 170. Psych out grenade suppresses them finally, and here come Terminators. Grey Knight Terminators can fight them quite well with their halberds. Kicking off big time in the mid. Good grief. Huge fight brewing over here when I was blathering on about the southeast side there. All the Land Raiders are alive at the moment. Ogryns have to run. Paladins are in there. They can take on everything with those fancy hammers of theirs. These are paladins. Ogryns healing up back at the Land Raider, can reinforce there as well. We have Cyclone Missile Launcher. That's why he went for regular Terminators, because of the Cyclone Missile Launchers are amazing. But can they deal with the Paladins and the Terminators in their face? Force Commander's still down. Inquisitor's down. Oh, they're all down. All blue team heroes are down. Inquisitor can do great work for you against big Terminator variants, because she can stun them and lock them down and stuff, which is on the floor dying. You can't do any of that. Might see Tempest later, but at the moment it's just a Rift Tear. Those guys able to cap in it. Get a Stormlord. Not great against vehicles. Still has a couple of las cannons though. Really good against his Paladins. Opening up on them now. Oh, an Orbital goes off to try and stop the cap. And it does. 257 to 170. Elf Squad giving chase down this side. The Terminators don't want to fight him. Rocks dropped in. Got some hits on the Land Raider actually. Okay, now the Terminator's turn to engage, now that they have a bunch of support here. 257 to 170. All the big super heavy units are still alive. Look at the damage those Paladins are taking them. Able to get into the Land Raider and hide for the moment. Ogryns are busy capping. This guy's pushing up. This Stormlord here. Trying to get rid of these Purgation, and does it. Anti-Ghost Strike in there for Alpha Centauri. Still all three blue heroes down. They're doing well though. With all their heroes down, they're still doing well. Ogryns on the Terminators. They just threw their Incinerate out, so those guys retreated, so they didn't want to be lifted into the air. Where is the Inquisitor actually? Yeah, they're all kind of far forward, eh? Nobody wants to revive at the moment. And missing the Force Commander's banner, being a little bit further back. But him being down like this would be great for pushes. So Terminators are capping. What is this? Some power bashing commandos. Making short work of gens. Those guys are capping. Those are shooter boys. Where are the other commandos? Oh, they capped this. As I said, they are fast capping. Fast power bashing too, for the looks of it. Got suppressed by the plasma. No runs on the natural VPs that I've seen, though I may have missed them. Ogryns alive? Yeah, Ogryns are alive. They're not Bullgryns though. Maybe doesn't think it's worth it because the use your shield suppression won't affect the Terminators and the Paladins and stuff, or the Brother Captains of course. Plasma Grey Knight Dreadnoughts taking shots from our las cannon. There's a Cyclone Missile Launcher barrage. Got some hits. Do you want to get more las cannons or something? Doesn't look like it. He's got some more scouts up to help repair stuff. No repair bunker. Alpha Centauri is full up of stuff, doesn't have much upkeep, requisition because all of his upkeep. Choosing those purchases carefully. There's Demolishing Strike on the Ogryns, makes them run immediately. Can they brute force a cap here with the Paladins? Knob Squad coming in. Librarians there too. Paladins getting torn up. The Brother Captain takes over. Gets it. Chucks up Immortal as well. There's Holy Grounds, by the way, that big circle. Slowing down enemies and speeding up allies from the Paladins. Red team have it. 2-1 cap, 250, 1-2-3. They've got a lot of firepower here as well. I wonder who the Vindicator is shooting at. Doesn't seem to be shooting anything right now. He's infiltrated in that cover, you see, so we won't automatically shoot. Inquisitor runs, at least she's back on her feet, so is the Kommando. And the Kommando should probably get his rocket launcher out. Those guys just full retreated for some reason, I guess because of this Land Raider pushing up. Double interceptors with their sight cannons opening up though. Paladins on it as well. As that Land Raider pushed too far forward, and now an orbital is going off on the VP. And back here, good grief. Land Raider's down. Really pushed up there. Sometimes you see an opening, you go for it. So it has fallen. Can the blue team get that mid VP back? Granite Terminators are going to slay the Librarian. Down he goes. And these Space Marine Terminators are getting absolutely messed up as well. Manticore getting some good hits. Can the Terminator survive? That looks like Ward. Is that Ward? It is. From the warding staff. Those Terminators are done. AlphaLegion's down to a single unit now. Blue team do have a VP lead, but can they recover? Still have the Stormlord. Here comes another Manticore as well. The Orks squad can't take on all of that. Especially when they get a demolishing strike on them. The fourth one has got to be on his feet, surely. What's he going to get here, AlphaLegion? Is it going to be another Land Raider? I wonder. But the captain taking on all comers. Level 4 doing some good tanky work with Unending Purge and the Holy Armor of Titan. Daemonhunter runs away. Got anything else? Nothing else on that guy, eh? Nothing else on that guy. Red team having to take their natural back. Kommando being sneaky. Doesn't have a rocket launcher though. Maybe he's going to focus on this VP instead of trying to help to take out the Land Raiders. Is he going to die? Okay, he's running. I think he's alright. Stormlord's been holding a line, eh? Another Manticore strike. Double Plasma Cannon Dreads. Both from Mangoid. Can he get a double Manticore strike on him, maybe? That would be good. We got some blasters on some flash kits as well. Big damage on those volleys. Stone Guard trying to fight. Can he kill one? 187 to 83. That's just a Rift Tear again. Can the Kommando get back onto that VP again? Let's see why not. They're not defending it a huge amount. 178 to 83 on the VPs. More interceptors for St. Galahad. A Predator tank is for purchase for AlphaLegion. Also dropped in those Stern Guard as you saw over there. Stormlord pushing up. Gonna mess up some Stormtroopers. Suppresses them. Good special there from the brother captain. Caps as Alpha Centauri. Nob Squad are trying to. Got the decap. I don't know why those guys ran. I'm not sure why those guys ran. The Nob Squad get it done in terms of getting the decap and getting rid of the brother captain. Predator tank on the way. Uh-oh, big old orbital. Those guys jump inside of the Stormlord. And it drives out. It did catch the Nob Squad though. Caught them clean, but they should be fine because they're in retreat. Are they fine? Oh, it wiped them! Good grief. I'm not expecting that. Interceptors are in there. These guys are not shooting for some reason. They're on melee mode still. Okay, now they run. Manticore striking at something. And a Rocks. With Commandos opening up as well. Can they get one of the Land Raiders down? It's quite low. It might have been that the Manticore struck that. Commandos can't stay. Last cannon tank having a go now. It needs to be careful though. Land Raider backs all the way off to try and get some repairs. Can something cap the mid? 144 to 83. Why are these shooter boys in the garrison? I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be tough to cap the double plasma dreads there. Kommando goes down. This guy's getting suppressed to hell and run away. Having a bunch of stormtroopers is handy for the repairs. Inquisitor's back to the mid. It has Pergatus. Commando's gone down though. Where did the Kommando go down? Oh, right here. Yeah, we saw him get shot to death by the plasma cannons. What is this? Double interceptors in there, trying to get the manticores. It's a good plan. Takes down one. Now they're going after the tank. Nope, they're going after the manticore. Okay, they couldn't get it. If they immediately switch to the manticore, I think they might have got it. Single cap for blue. Brother Captain trying to get a revive. Does he have Immortal? No. Still got those Mantle of Terror. Looks like the plasma attacks are getting shot at by the Vindicator somewhere. Where's that guy? There he is. 1-to-1 cap. What is this guarding down here? Well, we got Paladins guarding that VP. Another Manticore on the way for Alpha Centauri, that is. AlphaLegion has recovered somewhat. He's got the Stern Guard, he's got the tank, he's got the scouts. The Force Commander, though, is still down. Ouch. Ouch, that was so painful. Stern Guard white. These double dreadnoughts are nasty. Trying to get on them now. Again, almost wiping the stuff on the cat. Inquisitor doesn't have her Inferno pistol. She's going for a revive. Is she? Pergatus. And now revive maybe? No, she's going after the interceptors. Oh, she's going for a rocket run. Getting vision for a rocket run. Hits herself with it. Well, she may be okay. Blue team have the mid. Double cap. Battle wagon on the way for duds. And something decapped here. Look at this. Some commandos gave up their lives to decap, I think. That could be key. Gives them the double instead of the 2-to-1. Terminator's on the cap with Ward. Still getting shot and getting manticored as well. Good grief, that's huge amounts of damage. And they wipe. More Terminators on it. Here comes an orbital from AlphaLegion. Gets them to teleport away. Another orbital in the back though from one of the Ordo Malleus fellas, or maybe Mangoid. Should be fine. Mid is now decapped down to 20 VPs. The red Ordo Malleus team. More purgation on the way. Tank's done quite well, eh? Needs to purchase something AlphaLegion. Is he trying to get another Land Raider? Maybe. Maybe we should get a bunch of Devastators up. Heavy bolters and las cannons, although that won't help much against the Terminators. Pergatus gets a stun, and the ring explodes as well on the end, so you can kind of time it when you cancel the ability. Interceptors, maybe looking for the Manticores again. Speaking of Manticores, they are a striker. Some decent hits here and there, but the Interceptors get one. And then they run, okay. 127 to 20. Oh, what is this? Decap from those brave commandos again. The Paladins just can't kill them fast enough, I guess. And they can infiltrate while decapping. They might not even see him. Stormlord still going. Land Raider Redeemer it is from AlphaLegion. I guess he figured his team has over 100 VPs. He had time. Vindicator now using turbo penetrator rounds for anti-vehicle fire. Level 4. So that's doing big chunks of damage. Here comes a little tank and a battle wagon. And there's something inside the battle wagon too. Not sure what. Just rammed into the Land Raider, which didn't do very much. There's a GG. This is Alpha Centauri. 2-1 cap for the red team. This Alpha Centauri, I think it's over. Thinks he's carrying his team in the mid here. He certainly has been doing a lot of the work in the mid. Certainly has. Another dreadnought on the way from Mangoid, so they got one of them. The second one's on the way. Third total. What's the brother captain up to? He's running now, okay. Land Raider Redeemer is up, but is it actually that useful here? There's not a huge amount of infantry to support. It's not really going to help against the hard targets that the red team has. Guess we'll see. Didn't have the red to get terminators, I suppose. Maybe just a whole bunch of plasma cannons was the way to go. Whole bunch of them. Interceptors take down the little tank. They've been awesome, double interceptors with the side cannons. Yeah, those blue team heroes being down for so long did not help, did it? The brother captors have been pretty strong. 71 to 20. Not over yet. These guys get shockwaved by the paladins. But they're still trying to decap. And they get it. There's the decap. They can decap so quickly. Used to get more commandos. We can double up on that maybe. Or maybe send the Kommando knob there so we can stun bomb them. Conversion women getting big shots on the Land Raider. I think that Land Raider Redeemer's done for. So just back out of the fight. Manticore. Red team holding on to the 2-1. They've stepped up. Secure the VP. Down goes the Manticore. These plasma cannons are so nasty. I'm not sure what that rift tear is all about. I don't think it slows down vehicles, does it? It's kind of slowing your own stuff down. The Redeemer lives. Still the 2-1. They're just grinding it out, the red team. Here comes the Terminator Librarian. Galahad has got a Vortimer Razorback now. He's not joining in the fight though. Down goes the Battle Wagon. Stormlord survived. Land Raider Redeemer is going to go down, I think. Just wasn't a good choice at the end there. Needed plasma cannons or devastators or a whole bunch of tactical marines maybe. A whirlwind perhaps, but it's not like you can disrupt the terminators and stuff, is it? And you would have got intercepted. I don't think whirlwind was the way. Yeah, Alpha Centauri wanted to see more las cannons. And it could have been good. They almost got one of the Crusaders now. Very close, but red team are going to take this 2-1 at the end. They came back strong. Blue team kind of out of ideas last 6 or 7 minutes or so. There it is. They were running into base at the end. Duds, the Kommando knob, level 3. Is that him holding the rocket launcher? Yes, I think he had a rocket launcher at the end. Level 3 Force Commander was actually on his feet right at the end there. Level 7 Inquisitor. Daemonhunter level 6 had very little war gear though. And the two brother captains level 9 and level 8. They were heavyweights in the mid. There you have it guys. Big old meat grinder of a game. Hope you enjoyed this one and I'll see ya next time.